This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted yet again to be joined by Michael Hunter here over Zoom. Michael, we'll dive straight into things. A fantastic night of boxing has just gone down. We'll start off at the main event, Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2. Dmitry Bivol getting revenge. What did you make of the fight?
I thought it was a great fight. I think it was good enough for them to do it again. I don't know exactly who won. I think there was some close rounds in there. I was watching. I was really paying most attention in the beginning of the half when Arthur was fighting most of his success, and when Bivol was finding his success, I had a couple phone calls, so I didn't really get to catch it. But I'm gonna rewatch it and stuff, and do my own score on it. And yeah, I think that Bivol is he works hard. He's very disciplined. He's a humble dude, and you can tell he put a lot of work in. So, sometimes the luck of the draw just goes your way, and sometimes you just get it on your side. So I think tonight he just got it on his side. I don't think either man, you could take it from either man. You know what I'm saying? Either one could say and find a lot of reasons to say why they won, and still be happy for that. So.
Now, that's two fights we've seen between the two now, and two fights where everyone seems to have different feelings on the fight. Would you like to see a trilogy between the two?
I think it's a must. I think it's a must because you want to see who's the best one. They want to put him against Beterbiev. I mean against David, and I don't know who gets to fight David now. Because we want to see one of those guys fight David. So if they have to do that, then yeah, we got to do a third one to figure it out.
How do you see David Benavidez getting on against Dmitry Bivol?
I think he does very well. I know that they sparred in the past. They've been in the ring before, and I know that he's a big dude, man, David, and he's very. I think it'll be. I think Bivol will find some success. I think they'll both find some success in that fight. Not sure to say who will win, but I think they'll both have some success, and it'll be a very good fight to watch. Very similar to the fight we just seen tonight, just now.
Absolutely. And moving to the chief support as well, fight that we spoke about probably this time yesterday. Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole. You came in with the prediction that you believe Bakole would stop Joseph Parker. Obviously, it didn't go that way. What was your immediate reaction to that fight?
They should have put me in there, bum. Hey, yeah. I think that you know it usually goes like this. It was the battle of the egos. I think that Martin Bakole, he was a little bit thinking he was the monster and all that, and tried to just, um, just try to walk over the guy. Especially when he just got, he started off slow. He started off in his right mind. If you see, he touched the glove of Joseph Parker when the bell rang, and Joseph Parker touched his glove back. But Martin Bakole normally doesn't do that. If you ever watch my fight, I tried to touch his glove, and he didn't touch my glove. And after the bell rang, which that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to touch the glove because you're already in the fight. The bells rang. So the fact that he touched his glove let him know, like, hey, chill out. I'm just calm. I'm not in the best shape. It kind of let him know what pace he was about to go at. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that same energy that he did for Andy. Jared Anderson. You know what I'm saying? There's other guys that he was going to steamroll him until he got in there and he got warm. And I think that was a great plan that Joseph Parker and his team had for throwing the big shots over him, because I didn't think that it was a good opportunity to box a good uh, strategy to box to try to box Martin Bakole, because he had gained so much weight and he had gained so much mass, so he was going to get tired, and you've seen that he was starting to fatigue, and Joseph Parker started to had to. He was having a little pressure, and if you notice, he started to scoot up with his head. He started to put his head in Martin Bacole's chest, and he was starting to kind of wither away a little bit. But he figured it out very quickly. I said he's gonna have to adjust, either back up a little bit or throw one of them get off me punches, and you're gonna have to respect me punches, and that's what he did.
Do you believe Martin Bakole would have beaten Joseph Parker with a full camp?
I definitely think he would have had. Uh, I think you know what? I think he would have a better opportunity because I've seen a lot of things that he didn't do. He didn't break at the waist. Normally he does. He had his guard. He usually has his guard up sometimes, and he breaks at the waist and he comes forward. But today he was trying to box him and use one hand and stuff like that. Try to. He was doing a little bit different. What do they call them? Dispositions. His boxing stances. Usually fighters have 3 or 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? And he does have a 3 or 4 stances, but he was only using about 1 or 2 of them at the time. So he really didn't get to open up all his repertoire, if you will, and that was probably because of his mindset. But I think that also could happen the same. Joseph Parker could do the same thing because of Martin Bacole's ego. You know what I'm saying? He could have run him into a very similar shot because that shot had, even though that a lot had to do with Martin Bakole being in shape. That was strategic game plan that was built off of his ego. You know what I'm saying? He won off of him, and he got him walking in, and that's what you're supposed to do when you hurt people. That's the only time you really can hurt somebody, when you get them walking in and not actually being braceful for the punch. If you see before, Martin Bakole was just putting his hands up and blocking all the shots. You know what I'm saying? But once he was walking in and thinking he was going to throw a shot and got hit with a shot at the same time, that's when he was hurt. He was stunned, and he didn't have enough. He wasn't enough in the gas tank to keep him going. And his coach knew that, so he threw in the towel, which I thought was a smart move.
Martin Bakole's coach Billy Nelson has revealed in an interview with the Ring magazine that Martin will still have the fight with Efe Ajagba in May, but it's now
Oh
not
wow.
going to be a final eliminator. How do you see that fight going down between Martin and Efe?
That's an interesting fight as well. I think that I thought that was already an interesting fight. I thought that was a um I actually thought it was a better fight for Joseph Parker. Originally, before I thought, it was a better fight for Martin Bakole to fight Joseph Parker, but now I'm not sure. I thought it was it's a bigger name. I think it's going to be a different dimension because Martin Bakole is used to fighting guys that are a little bit smaller than him. Efe Ajagba, he's going to be damn near looking up to Efe Ajagba, and Efe Ajagba not got knuckle draggers too, so he got long, long arms. It's going to be the first time that he's really has some distance. I know he's fought in Tyson Fury, but but also Efe Ajagba is not a super rangy type of fighter, even though he has those long arms. So I thought it was going to be very interesting. I think that Martin Bakole in shape is a dangerous fight for pretty much anybody. So I think that he will do much better than he did in this fight for sure.
Do you still want a rematch with Martin Bakole?
Today kind of turned me off a little bit. If I had to be honest, I kind of like, uh, he was the boogeyman, but well, that's what they called him. But he was doing the boogie today. So
And what do you want to see next for Joseph Parker following his big win tonight?
man, I love Joseph Parker, man. As a person, I think he's a great dude. I think that all of his success, uh, I'm so happy for all of his success, and he's had all the opportunities in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't happen with a lot of fighters, especially from him losing. He's lost fights, and he's gotten to come back onto the mountaintop. So I think that if anybody deserves it with somebody with that personality and their characteristics, if you want to see a good guy win, it's Joseph Parker. So I applaud nothing. I have nothing but applause for Joseph Parker. I think that moving forward, the sky's the limit. He can fight anybody. Who else? I think him fighting Usyk is. I think he will fight Usyk. I think that's a good fight because they haven't fought. I think Usyk beats him, and yeah, but I don't really know where else to go with Joseph Parker. He's fought a lot of people. He's had a lot of big fights. Um, if you're just trying to fight just an interesting fight, maybe Caballero. You know what I'm saying? He seemed to, if you're just trying to throw him and recycle him and throw some fighters at him, but if he wants to move up, I think he should. I mean, maybe he'll get the Usyk fight.
Obviously, we know tonight was meant to be Daniel Dubois instead of Martin Bakole. How do you feel Parker versus Dubois would have played out?
Um, it was interesting. I think that was a good move from Martin Joseph Parker for gaining weight and getting big and getting strong. It was very interesting. I wasn't really sure. I was leaning more towards Joseph Parker because of his boxing ability, his experience. So I think Joseph Parker would have won. I gave him the edge.
Fair enough. Michael, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time again today, and
Yeah,
we'll
thank
catch
you,
up again soon.
and much love.